honored advisors, guests, and fellow Phi Theta Kappa members, I am pleased to present to you these candidates for membership in our honor society. These students have fulfilled all requirements for membership and have been selected because they have chosen scholarship, leadership, service, and fellowship as their hallmarks. I recommend them for acceptance into the Alpha Lambda Phi chapter of Phi Theta Kappa Honor Society. And now our Vice President of Service, Irina Bezuglova, will introduce the first speaker, the president of Joliet Junior College, Dr. Judy Mitchell.
Hello, my name is Irina Bezuglova, and I am the Vice President of Service. It is my pleasure to introduce our keynote speaker, JJC President Dr. Judy Mitchell, who is a true JJC PTK success story. She earned an associate degree in microcomputers for business and computer programming from JJC 1998. And she knows how to build and disassemble computers by hand. During this time, she was also a member of JJC's PTK chapter. She has earned a bachelor's degree in business and technology and a master's degree in business administration from Governor State University. In 2012, she received her doctorate in community college leadership from National Louis University. Dr. Mitchell has risen through the ranks at JJC, having worked here for over 20 years. She began as an administrative assistant in the CIOS departments in 1996. In 2001, she was the program management specialist in adult and family services, followed by the assistant to the director of administrative services in 2002. In 2004, she became interim director of administrative services and then the director of business and auxiliary services in 2005. In September 12, she was appointed to the role of VP of Administrative Services. And in 2016, she was appointed the president of this great institution. But it all started at JJC, where she was also a member of this college's Phi Theta Kappa chapter. Like each of you sitting here today, without further ado, Dr. Judy Mitchell.
Good evening. This is a very special evening, and I'm very happy to share it with you. When we kicked off the new academic year in August, I told the campus community that our mantra this year was tough times don't last, tough teams do. Let me say for the record that our students, faculty, and staff make up the ultimate tough team. We have had to collectively overcome prolonged mental, emotional, and physical obstacles over the last year. Despite those obstacles, you are here. I'm so proud of your accomplishments and the perspective and experiences you bring to our college community. We are not JJC without you. My story to be shared with you tonight is not only as a JJC alum, but as a Phi Theta Kappa inductee as well. Nearly 30 years ago, I knew I wanted to make a change in my life, define a new direction, and be able to set an example for my family. With 2 young children, I knew it wouldn't be easy. Yet I couldn't help thinking about the opportunities an advanced degree could provide for me. Knowing I was going to eventually compete for a job against those potentially more qualified, I made the decision to pursue my personal and professional goals, and I recognized that education was key to my future success. So I made the decision to enroll in classes at Joliet Junior College, where so many options were presented to me. Fortunately, I had dedicated faculty and amazing counselor to help me along the way. I'm extremely proud to stand before you this evening and share that I too was in your shoes. Learning to balance family and school, I then understood the value of a solid education, so I put a great deal of work into my studies and in 1997 was inducted into JJC's Phi Theta Kappa chapter. This institution, from the beginning, took good care of me as a returning adult student. At that point, I hadn't been inside a classroom for over 15 years, let alone step foot into college. When I walk the halls of our beautiful buildings today and spend time with our students in those same classrooms I was in, my collective thoughts are this: what can I do each and every day to give back to an institution that gave so much to me? Let me start by saying this: Joliet Junior College is the first choice for learning, working, and cultivating pathways to prosperity. That is the vision outlined in our strategic plan, and it is truly my guiding principle. What I do each and every single day throughout my interactions, through my decision-making, and through my relationships is to help guide JJC to be your first choice. What I love about the mission of our JJC chapter and PTK, it brings together a diverse group of students to recognize their academic achievements and provides opportunities for each of you to grow as scholars and leaders. This year, I will continue to work with and support PTK leaders with each activity and event they lead. I'm so proud of the great work our PTK chapters continue to complete each year and for all the benefits which support others. The 4 hallmarks of this society are scholarship, leadership, service, and fellowship. When I think back to my own life path, I see these same themes illuminated along the way. I attribute this to the values I learned throughout my life, but also what I learned in PTK. I earned recognition for my academic success through my induction to PTK. This gave me the courage to continue as a non-traditional returning adult student. I had invaluable mentors along the way, leaders who encouraged me to develop my belief system and nurture my ideas. Likewise, I continue to learn a great deal from each of you while continuing to cultivate my need to give back to our community. I am a board member of both Will and Grundy Economic Development, Habitat for Humanity, and Silver Cross Hospital. I'm also a member of the United Way and Zontas, an organization that supports the growth and empowerment of women in the community. My longest service has been with the New Lenox and Joliet Rotary chapters. Remarkably enough, the Rotary motto is service above self. And their 4-way test are the things we think, say, and do. First, is it the truth? Second, is it fair to all concerned? Third, will it build goodwill and better friendships? And fourth, will it be beneficial to all concerned? Doesn't this sound very familiar to Phi Theta Kappa? These hallmarks are all inspirations in my life, guiding me over 25 years later. They are universal and timeless. They truly encourage me to be my best at home, at work, and in the community. As your president, a great deal of my time and energy also centers on the theme of service, and more specifically, servant leadership. Are any of you familiar with the philosophy of servant leadership? A leader who embodies servant leadership qualities puts the needs of others first and helps people develop and perform as highly as possible. It is only when you are successful that I believe I have been successful in my role here. Ultimately, my hope is to inspire others around me, just like each of you, to be a servant leader. We cannot make this college or the world around us a better place without supporting one another and working together. At JJC, we also talk about being sustainable. Of course, this includes so much more than supporting the sustainability of our environment. It includes sustaining the health of our economy and our society. It is my hope that to lead the college into the next chapter, we will collectively emulate these values of service first to support student success, the growth of access to education for all, fostering opportunities and impacting our communities in lasting and meaningful ways. I hope that after tonight's ceremony, you think about these hallmarks and what they mean to you. Celebrate your academic success and strive for more. Value your relationships. Consider how best to serve those around you. Think about the leader you are today and the leader you want to be in the future. A leader I truly admire is the current PTK chapter president, Angelo Tufano. Angelo recently shared with me a piece of artwork he drew showing people at JJC who have had a positive impact on him. These figures who are comforting, reassuring, and inspire strength in those around him. The piece, its meaning, and its colors brought tears to me. Thank you, Angelo, for inspiring me. This chapter was chartered in 1986. Tonight you will join a remarkable group of JJC PTK students who have, no doubt, been change makers, innovators, and leaders in their communities. I look forward to your continued success at JJC and beyond. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Judy Mitchell. Now, students, you are about to be inducted into a scholarly fellowship which embraces community colleges not only of your own state, but also of the nation and the world. This fellowship is Phi Theta Kappa, and your chapter is Alpha Lambda Phi. After induction, you will find among the members an atmosphere of scholarship to which you must give yourself so that the organization may be meaningful to you. I have in my hand a torch, symbolic of knowledge, which is a servant of wisdom, which dwells with prudence and leads in the way of righteousness in the midst of the paths of judgment. I have the white carnations, typifying purity and beauty of life, with its white bud signifying intellectual associations.
This is the emblem of Phi Theta Kappa. It consists of a golden slab keyed at the top and bottom. The golden field, like the escutcheon of our coat of arms, refers to the golden opportunities that abound on every hand for society folk to evidence their culture and perform good works. Since gold is the most noble of metals, it shall have further significance to our society, for it shall represent that nobility attained by those who achieve intellectual leadership. Across the slab you will observe a black band. It represents the three ideals which bind us together and the cultural self-control which is necessary foundation for true wisdom, aspiration, and purity. Shining through the black enamel background are the three Greek letters, which are the initials for the Greek words meaning wisdom, aspiration, and purity.
Behind the band is a wreath, one side composed of oak leaves, and on the other laurel. The oak leaves stand for stability, the strength of character, as symbolized by the sturdy oak. The graceful curling leaves of the laurel signify achievement and successes, all attributes for membership in our society. Above the band is the representation of the head of Athena, a symbol of learning. In the base appear the Greek letters meaning light, the light of knowledge and learning, the common ideal for membership of Pi Theta Kappa Honor Society. This badge stands as a symbol for the high idealism of our organization and membership in our select group.
You have studied the constitution of this organization, the purpose of which is to foster a spirit of devotion to study and the scholarly ideals among its members, and whose principles are embodied in the wisdom, aspiration, and purity.
Inductees of the 2021-2022 Alpha Lambda Phi Chapter of Phi Theta Kappa, I first want to congratulate you on everything you have accomplished to get you here thus far. I hope you all recognize the importance and honor of being welcomed into the prestigious society as Phi Theta Kappa. My experience as an active participant in our chapter of Phi Theta Kappa is one that I can easily say has greatly shaped my life for the better. As soon as I enrolled into JJC, I knew that it was in my own hands to develop as a student. Once I became a member of Phi Theta Kappa and was in the exact position that you are all currently in, I soon realized that this chapter was the mechanism to facilitate my growth and development. In May of 2020, in the midst of the COVID pandemic and with great fear of the unknown, I took a leap to become president and lead an entire group of students in a year-long endeavor to reach the goal that we all similarly shared. Working together with the Alpha Lambda Phi team to carry out the project that bettered our school and our community gave me a sense of accomplishment unlike any other. Becoming president of the Alpha Lambda Phi chapter of Phi Theta Kappa has truly allowed me to develop into the leader I knew I could become, but needed to free from within. This opportunity has given me more confidence in myself than I have ever felt before, because I finally feel as though I am prepared to carry the lessons I learned as president into the rest of my life as a student, as a friend, and as a leader. My story is one that I am sure many of you have or will have encountered as you advance in your pursuit of success and growth. If I can give a single piece of advice to those who are currently in the position that I was in only 2 years ago, I urge you to self-reflect and recognize the aspects of your life that make you the most uncomfortable. I urge you to go after those fears and conquer them head-on, no matter how difficult they may initially seem, no matter how behind you may feel, no matter the circumstances. I urge you to get comfortable with being uncomfortable. Internalize the aspects of your future that you value the most. Recognize the people that are most important to you. Recognize the parts of yourself that you feel can be utilized to better the community around you. It is said that everything you have ever wanted is sitting on the other side of fear. Let this induction and membership into Phi Theta Kappa ignite a passion to dive into life head-on. Be the architect of the future you desire. Congratulations once again.
Inductees, now that the standards and ideals of this organization have been fully revealed to you, you come to complete the pledge which admits you into complete fellowship. Please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name, do solemnly promise to uphold the standards of Phi Theta Kappa and to keep this objective and aim in mind. And I do solemnly pledge allegiance to my fellow members and promise to aid them in all worthy endeavors. We will now recognize the Phi Theta Kappa inductees for spring and fall 2021. Kelly Candos. Kelly's career goals are, after completing the graphic design program, it's my goal to develop a successful freelance business. Cheliz Guerrero. Cheliz says that I am currently studying to do all the certificate of completions in baking. Livi Evie Hogan. Livi said, my career goal is to work as a lead teacher for toddlers and eventually open my own in-home daycare center. Katherine Kuzel. Katherine said, my career goal is to be a music therapist. Joseph William Limon. Joseph said his career goal is to be an electrical and instrumentation technician engineer. Liam Mcguire. Liam said that I plan on continuing to study engineering at JJC and then transfer to an undecided university. Michael McNulty. Michael said, I would like to go into the tech field. Marinna Rose Perez. Marinna said, my career goal is to obtain a position as a certified veterinary technician within a zoological society or wildlife facility where I can also become involved in research studies. Margaret Lenora Petrilla. Margaret said, my current career goal is to become a history teacher. Tyler Paul Polarek. Tyler said, I plan on pursuing a career as a crime scene lab technician. Kaitlyn J Ramirez. Kaitlyn said, my career goal is to work with juveniles in the juvenile justice system. Ryan Wollek. Ryan said, my career goal is to work as a mechanical engineer in the automotive field and help develop new technologies in future vehicles. Jayla Yarbough. Jayla said, I'm currently studying to become a nurse here at JJC. I will obtain my A&D and then, right after, I plan to obtain my BSN. I'm excited to be in this path. Congratulations to the Spring 2021 inductees. Now we will recognize the Fall 2021 inductees. Ashley Coleman. Ashley said, I plan on receiving my associates in summer 2022 with a degree in human service. Emily Reppy. Emily said, I plan to earn an Associate of Arts, then transfer to a 4-year school. Sydney Reppy. Sydney said, after earning an Associates of Arts at JJC, I plan on transferring and majoring in secondary education. Raquel Harris. Raquel's plans are to transfer to a 4-year college, be a film major, and go into filmmaking. Kaylie Duke. Kaylie said that her career plans are to get into the medical diagnostic sonography program at JJC. Emily Papesh. Emily said, my goal is to graduate from JJC and transfer to either Lewis University or Governor State University and become a teacher. Randall Sutton. Randall said, one of my current career goals is to become a cybersecurity engineer. Mia Schofield. Mia said, I am currently in the operational engineering program. My short-term goal is to become an operator at a local plant. My long-term goal is to work my way up to a spot on the executive team at a plant in the United States. Congratulations to all of the inductees.
It is my pleasure to welcome you into the Phi Theta Kappa Honors Society and the lively fellowship of scholars it affords. I salute you for your accomplishment. I charge you to explore always for truth and to dedicate yourselves to the cultivation of the well-reasoned life, a prelude to service and honor. We will now induct the new officers of the 2021-2022 Alpha Lambda Phi chapter of Phi Theta Kappa. Hunter, Clarissa, Liliana, Irina, and Luis. Before you assume your obligations as officer of the chapter, you shall renew your pledge of membership in Phi Theta Kappa. Repeat after me. I state your name, do solemnly promise to uphold the standards of Phi Theta Kappa and to maintain, by honest and independent endeavor, the ideals of scholarship for which this organization stands. You are charged with the responsibility of learning the duties of your office and executing those duties to the best of your ability. Please repeat after me. I state your name, do promise to fulfill the best of my ability my duties as officer of the Alpha Lambda Phi chapter of Phi Theta Kappa. You are duly recognized as an executive officer of the Alpha Lambda Phi chapter of Phi Theta Kappa. We pledge the support of the members of this chapter to you. Congratulations, officers.
As we conclude this virtual induction ceremony, I would like to thank, once again, Dr. Judy Mitchell for sharing her time and wisdom with us. I sincerely hope that each of our new inductees takes her words to heart and heeds her call to be bold and to become the leaders of our chapter, our campus, community, and nation. I would also like to thank Frimpong Boateng, the past president of Alpha Lambda Phi, for sharing his experience with us. Finally, I want to thank our new inductees. You are the future of the Alpha Lambda Phi chapter of Phi Theta Kappa. We are an active chapter of Phi Theta Kappa, and even during these challenging times, we encourage you to become active participants in this chapter. At this time, next year, some of you will be inducted as new officers of the chapter. We all look forward to working with you over the coming months and seeing you grow as scholars, leaders, and friends. Thank you.